about 7 graphic novels to date, starting in 2002 with Mein Jeff, which was nominated for an Eisner Award. I followed that up with the same artist, Pedro Camelo, who also illustrated A Sort of Homecoming, which was a 3-part graphic novel that was also published by Alternative Comics, who's published all my work to date. After that was The White Elephant with Chris Steininger, which was a standalone, it's kind of a hybrid of a play and a graphic novel, and it takes place on a stage and is done with the lettering of like a script format for a play. Of course, this was done without much theatrical knowledge, so it's not quite, it's supposed to be a surreal waking dream, so, you know, kind of, and then, so that somewhat fits together. The next was A Strange Day with Tatiana Gill, who also illustrated the follow-up to A Strange Day, Pictures of You, which is a new book of mine that's debuting here at the show. Pictures of You actually is, even though it's the second book in the trilogy, it takes place before A Strange Day, and it's the 2 characters that meet in A Strange Day. They're teenagers who skip school to buy a Cure CD on the day it comes out, but they don't know each other, and they meet kind of serendipitously on this outing to go buy the CD, and they end up spending the day together. And it's kind of hinted at that they're, you know, somewhat going to be romantically involved by the end of it. But this book sets back a year before that meeting and how they're kind of living these parallel lives 2 towns apart, you know, not knowing each other yet. And it kind of deals with both of their platonic best friends who are of opposite gender. Although the girl character, Anna, her friend, she has feelings for. He's a little older, and he doesn't feel the same way, so she's going through some of those issues, whereas the other set, Miles and his friend Sarah, are more like brother and sister, and dealing with kind of those sort of like overprotective issues when Sarah starts dating this guy who's not very nice. We decided to do a prequel instead of a sequel for the second book because we felt like that there was some stuff brought up in the first that referenced both of these other characters that we don't really meet, namely their opposite best friends, and how the kind of their experiences with them and growing up with them kind of shaped the people that they are, that, you know, met on this day, and how it's going to affect their relationship going forward. So we kind of wanted to go back and show, you know, how these 2 people were, you know, experiencing some of the same things, but with a twist, you know, in the same area, but not yet meeting each other. My next project is likely going to be the 3rd book in the Cure trilogy, as Tatiana and I call it. We're going to be working on that probably this fall and early winter, with a hopefully release date of sometime in late 2009. I've also been writing a book that has no artist yet attached that has to do with comics obsession in one's youth.